Persidangan mahkamah pada hari ini dijalankan secara sidang video atas persetujuan semua pihak berikutan pasal keempat Pelan Pemulihan Negara. Hakim yang bersidang pada hari ini adalah Yang Ahli Hakim Datuk Noorin Binti Badaruddin. Petisyen untuk Penerimaan Masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Pempetisyen pertama WA-18-127-01/2021 Cara Prakashini Jaya Pawan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Cara Prakashini Jaya Pawan, pempetisyen pertama.
Yes.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Mervin Lai hadir bagi pihak pempetisyen Cara Prakashini Jaya Pawan.
Yes.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Adiba Iman Mat Hassan, Peguam Persekutuan, hadir bagi Yang Berhormat Peguam Negara Malaysia.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Syamsina binti Datuk Muhammad Noor bagi pihak Majlis Peguam Malaysia.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Nimalan Devraja bagi pihak Jawatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur Bar.
Yang Arif, mohon kebenaran untuk menghujah dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Persilakan.
My lady, may I introduce the petitioner Cara Prakashini Jaya Pawan. In 2019, the petitioner obtained her law degree from the University of Essex. She then went on to complete the bar professional training course at Nottingham Law School in 2020. Upon being called to the English bar at the Honourable Society of the Middle Temple, she then commenced her pupillage under the tutelage of her master, petitioner Cara Prakashini Jaya, while simultaneously earning her master's degree, which brings us all here today to this momentous occasion. My lady, to treat the petitioner's accomplishment today as her own would be a disservice to those around her. The petitioner has, for the most of her life, not only been encouraged but sustained and molded by her family, friends and colleagues. To her parents, Jaya and Susi, the petitioner finds there to be no way to ever repay the both of them. She does, however, vow to strive for more, to one day achieve the vision they all shared of her future, a future worthy of their sacrifices. In the same vein, my lady, the petitioner would like to thank her master, Datuk Sri Gopal Sri Ram. To encapsulate his mentorship, the petitioner would like to recite the following words, and I quote, "Pressure, it changes everything. Some people, you squeeze them, they focus. Others fold. Can you summon your talent at will? Can you deliver on a deadline? Can you sleep at night?" The petitioner chooses to believe, my lady, that when put to the test, she didn't fold. That when she was given the opportunity to be his second chair at the federal court, she did not disappoint, but rose to the occasion. She thanks Datuk Sri for the thick skin, and even more so, for teaching her how to think. To those who have endured this past year with her, the petitioner offers her immense gratitude and would be remiss if she did not name some of them. With my lady's leave, to Miss Leenie Howe, Mr. Marcus Lee, and Miss Sharifa Alawiyah, the petitioner has been guided, taught, and a recipient of their patience. She thanks them for all the damage control that they have done. To Miss Vaishnavi Artitan, Ms. Roseanne Ignatius, and Ms. Rishika Regina, those who stand to be the embodiment of light in human form, the petitioner has been privileged to be surrounded by them. Thank you. To Mr. Lavanesh Harish, Mr. Sudarsan Jeevan, and Mr. Diego Honderas, thank you for being voices of reason, keepers of conscience, and pillars of strength. The petitioner would also like to convey her greatest appreciation for Miss Emily Wong for the kindness she has shown the petitioner throughout. The petitioner looks forward to her service to this honorable profession, a profession finally earned. My lady, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe that all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, the Bar Council, and Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee, respectively, have no objections to this motion. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kepada Mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk Pempetisyen Cara Prakashni Jaya Pavan diterima masuk dan didaftarai sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, tidak ada bantahan daripada Majlis Peguam.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, pihak Jawatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur Bar tiada bantahan.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Cara Prakashni Jaya Pavan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Cara Prakashni Jaya Pavan dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dengan ini saya memohon kebenaran Mahkamah untuk Pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Persilakan.
Much obliged, my lady.
Congratulations and thank you, Mr. Mervyn Lai.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Petisyen kedua WA-18-1051-08/2020 Amelia Edrina binti Azmir.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Amelia Edrina binti Azmir, Pempetisyen kedua.
Yes.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Mio Amir bin Mio Baki, Peguam pengusul mewakili pihak Pempetisyen kedua, Cik Amelia Edrina binti Azmir, dan bersama saya rakan-rakan bijaksana yang mewakili Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah diperkenalkan terlebih dahulu. Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran untuk berhujah dalam bahasa Inggeris, Yang Arif.
Dipersilakan.
Yang Arif, allow me to introduce the petitioner. The petitioner was born on 2nd of August 1996 in Kuala Lumpur. She is the eldest of two siblings of her proud parents, Mr. Azmi bin Yahya and Mrs. Diana Rose binti Arshad. The petitioner pursued her Bachelor of Laws with honours at University Technology Mara, Shah Alam, and graduated in 2020. Thereafter, she commenced her pupillage under tutelage of Mr. Izharul Effendi bin Ramli of Mrs. Ramreza and Muhammad. Throughout her pupillage, the petitioner truly understood the depth and responsibility that is mandated in the profession and is grateful for the experience. It is through this experience that has shaped her to be the person she is today. On this memorable day, the petitioner would like to thank the following people who were instrumental in getting her here today. First of all, she would like to take the opportunity to thank her parents for their unwavering love and support, without which she would not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in her life, especially to her mother for being light in her life and for always having faith in her. The petitioner is aware that due to her parents' sacrifices and financial support that she was able to pursue her dreams. The petitioners hope that her parents are proud of her achievement to be the first lawyer in the family. The petitioner would also like to thank her younger brother for always cheering her up during tough times. Throughout her 9 months of full dedication and commitment to the firm, the petitioner would like to express her utmost appreciation to her master, Mr. Izharul Effendi bin Ramli, for his infinite patience, guidance, and invaluable advice. In this regard, the petitioner will always be grateful to him, being his first pupil. The petitioner hopes that she has not disappointed him too much and has not swear him off people forever. The petitioner is indebted towards all the partners, associates, and staff at Mrs. Ramreza and Muhammad for always being supportive throughout her pupillage and who are always willing to answer the petitioner's many silly questions. The petitioner is also thankful to her pupil mates for their constant encouragement, friendship, and advice. Thanks to them, the pupillage period had been a blast. To her friends, in particular Anis, Mila, Azrul, Aina, and Diana, the petitioner sincerely expressed gratitude to them for sharing tears and laughter since her legal adventure started. There are no words to express how thankful she is to have all of them in her life. Yang Arif, saya percaya bahawa semua surat cara Pempetisyen adalah sempurna dan teratur. Saya juga sungguhnya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profesi Undang-Undang 1976 dan percaya rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili badan-badan berkaitan tidak mempunyai bantahan terhadap Pempetisyen ini. Oleh yang demikian, saya dengan rendah diri memohon satu perintah agar Pempetisyen Amelia Adrina Binti Azmi diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada apa-apa bantahan, Yang Arif.
Jawatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur Bar tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Amelia Adrina Binti Azmir sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Amelia Adrina Binti Azmir dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif. Dengan izin, Ya Arif, saya mohon kebenaran Mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk Pempetisyen menyarungkan jubah beliau sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif.
Congratulations. Thank you, Encik Mio Amir.
Dan petisyen ketiga WA-18-1153-09/2020 Ridwana binti Muhammad Rizwan.
Dengan izin Arif, saya Ridwana binti Muhammad Rizwan, petisyen ketiga.
Sila unmute dulu Miss Sukuna. Unmute dahulu.
Sorry Yang Arif. Right, dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Sukuna Krishnan hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Ridwana binti Muhammad Rizwan pada hari ini sebagai Peguam pengusul. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili Yang Berhormat Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujaan saya di dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih. Yang Arif, may I introduce the petitioner, Ridwana binti Muhammad Rizwan. On the 31st July 1996, Mr. Muhammad Rizwan Hassan and Madam Azlini Ahmad were blessed with their youngest daughter, the petitioner. The petitioner was born in Pahang but would later call Kuala Lumpur home and a place where she grew up in. The petitioner had an early education in SK Putri Pandan 1 before continuing her secondary education at SMK Aminuddin Baki, Kuala Lumpur. The petitioner read law at University Technology Mara, UiTM, and confessed that it was challenging for her. The thought of giving up crossed the petitioner's mind at times, but with strong determination to make herself and her family proud, she eventually graduated in 2020 and was conferred Bachelor of Laws Honours. Thereafter, the petitioner commenced her pupillage at Messrs. S. Morgan & Co. under the tutelage of Mr. Sandhiran Morgan. On this day of admission, the petitioner would like to first and foremost thank the Almighty God for all the blessings He has showered on the petitioner and her family. The petitioner would like to seize this opportunity to express a sincere and utmost gratitude to her family. She would like to thank her parents for their unconditional love, unwavering support and sacrifices, without which she would not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in her life. The petitioner is grateful that her parents never ceases to believe in her, even in the face of failure, and constantly push her to achieve great heights in life. The petitioner would also like to thank her sisters, Rafini and Rafidia, whom she considers her role models and sources of inspiration. The petitioner is blessed to be the youngest child in the family, as she is loved and cared for her by her sisters. The petitioner's sisters have been a great influence on every aspect of the petitioner's life, and for that, she is forever grateful for their existence. The petitioner is grateful to her pupil master, Mr. Sandiran Morgan, for his guidance, knowledge sharing, and providing a conducive learning environment to the petitioner during her pupillage. The petitioner would like to extend gratitude to Madam Atia Azmi for her patience, guidance, and kindness towards the petitioner since her first day of pupillage. The petitioner's appreciation also goes to her friends from school and university for the companionship, joy, and comfort they have given her until today. The petitioner is indebted to every person who has helped, guided, and shared their knowledge with her throughout law school and pupillage, without which it is impossible for her to be here today. The petitioner is thankful to her close friends who have always been there for her through thick and thin and for giving her strength she needed it most. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen merupakan seorang yang berkelayakan untuk diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya menurut Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976. Saya juga percaya bahawa semua kertas kausa adalah teratur dan tiada bantahan daripada rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili badan-badan berkenaan atas penerimaan Pempetisyen.
Pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan, ya Arif?
Tiada bantahan daripada Majlis Peguam, Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan daripada Jabatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur Bar, Yang Arif.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Ridwana binti Muhammad Rizwan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Ridwana binti Muhammad Rizwan dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk membenarkan Pempetisyen untuk menjubahkan diri sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Congratulations and thank you, Madam Sukuna.
Thank you. Thank you, my lady.
Petisyen keempat WA-18-1557-10/2020 Nur Najiha binti Muhammad Zulkifli.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Nur Najiha binti Muhammad Zulkifli, Pempetisyen keempat.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Komaru Sami Shanmugam adalah peguam pengusul hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen keempat Nur Najiha binti Muhammad Zulkifli. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili pihak yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Negeri Selangor seperti mana telah diperkenalkan sebentar tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan ucapan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris. Yang Arif.
Dipersilakan.
If it pleases you, my lady, it is with great pleasure that I introduce the petitioner Nur Najiha binti Muhammad Zulkifli. On the 29th day of December 1997, the petitioner became the last addition to her proud family of three, who consisted of her father, mother, and older sister. The petitioner went to SK Raja Muda Shah Alam during her primary school and continued her secondary school in SMK Section 7, Shah Alam. She did her Asasi in law at UiTM Kuantan and UiTM Dengkil. Then she pursued her degree at UiTM Shah Alam for a period of 4 years. She was then conferred with Bachelor of Law Honours on 5th January 2021. She has successfully commenced her 9 months of pupillage at Mrs. Diana Noor and Partners. Next, the petitioner would like to express her deepest gratitude, firstly to her parents, Encik Zulkifli and Puan Noraini, and her sister, Cik Nabiha, for their continuous support, especially for emotional and financial support. The petitioner would like to describe her family as a loving family who showers her with their love and support unconditionally. Due to the overflowing love and support given to her, the petitioner was able to brave the thorny journeys in her life successfully. The petitioner would describe her family as the three saving grace of her life, and her pride and joy. The petitioner would love to thank her other family members from Sharif descendants and Keluarga Ghazali for their constant support. Secondly, to her three close friends, Anisa, Imama, and Ajira, for their never-ending moral support and daily serotonin boost in the petitioner's life. There was an incident that happened in the petitioner's life that made her realize how important close friends are to her, and she would like to relay this message to Imama. Thank you for holding on very well. She hopes that this immensely bonded friendship will last until eternity. Thirdly, to her LLB firm mates, Ardani, Atira, Husna, and Mio, for their constant hard work that managed to keep the firm going and soaring upwards. The petitioner would proudly describe her firm mates as her forever dream team. Without them, the petitioner's journey during LLB would be a very dull one. Fourthly, to her classmates during LLB, namely Fatin, Asila, Sharina, Liana, Hanan, Najihudin, Nadira, Daniel, Amira, Munira, Asira, Nabila, Iria, and G, for the constant glee that they gave to her. This has managed to brighten the petitioner's LLB years. The petitioner would depict those moments as the most precious moments that she will cherish forever. Before we reach the end of the speech, the petitioner would like to dedicate this beautiful ceremony to both of her late uncles, Encik Nur Arifin and Encik Ahmad Fauzi, who passed away a few years back before they could even witness this moment. The petitioner truly believes that her late uncle would be very proud of her achievement today. The petitioner would like to thank the most important person today, which is her mover, Komorusamy Shanmugam, for his willingness to move the petitioner's call. The petitioner truly appreciates his willingness to move her call today. Not to forget, the petitioner acknowledges everyone who have directly or indirectly helped her through her journey to be called to the bar. My lady, based on the training that the petitioner had undergone throughout the 9 months, I have no doubt whatsoever that the petitioner is indeed a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya percaya semua surat cara Pempetisyen adalah teratur dan saya juga percaya bahawa tiada bantahan daripada Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Negeri Selangor. Dengan itu Yang Arif, dengan rendah diri saya memohon kepada Mahkamah yang mulia ini supaya petisyen diterima masuk dan namanya didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan, Ya Arif?
Dengan izin Yang Arif, tidak ada bantahan daripada Majlis Peguam.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jabatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Nur Najiha Binti Muhammad Zulkifli sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Nur Najiha Binti Muhammad Zulkifli dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk pempetisyen menyarungkan jubahnya sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif.
Thank you, Mr. Komorusamy.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif.
Dan petisyen kelima WA-18-1779-12/2020 Raihana Azwa binti Fazrin Azwa.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Raihana Azwa binti Fazrin Azwa, pempetisyen kelima.
Yes.
Puan Farah, unmute dahulu Puan.
Maaf Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Faradiba binti Muhammad Sofyan adalah peguam pengusul untuk pihak Pempetisyen kelima, Raihana Azwar binti Fazrin Azwar. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan juga Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk membenarkan saya meneruskan ucapan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris Yang Arif.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. May I introduce to you the petitioner Raihana Azwar binti Fazrin Azwar. The petitioner was born on the 27th December 1996 in Kuala Lumpur and is the eldest child of my two fellow friends and also two fellow members of the bar, Mr. Fazrin Azwar bin Muhammad Noor and Mrs. Rahaiza binti Muhammad Basir, whom I believe are here to watch their daughter. They are my dear friends too. Her parents often joke that as a child she had never wanted to be a lawyer, but somehow her curious nature and knack for questioning anything and everything may eventually lead her to join them in the legal world. And here we are, Yang Arif, Raihana in front of you, Yang Arif. The petitioner has many interests, Yang Arif, ranging from the law to radio broadcasting and language learning. However, she recalls her last line in her personal statement in the university, which goes, "This field is far too interesting for me not to explore, for if I do not, I will be silencing my own spirit of inquiry." That holds true to this day as she appreciates the legal field and its many opportunities for her to grow intellectually, professionally, and personally. The petitioner read law at Keele University in the United Kingdom, where she graduated with a second-class honours upper division. This is where her true love for the law took root, as she was taught by passionate, committed lecturers who inspire her to this day. Thereafter, she completed the bar professional training course at City University of London, and she was called to the Bar of England and Wales by the Honourable Society of Middle Temple in July 2019. Upon returning to Malaysia after 4 years, the petitioner took a year off to learn Korean language, and she got herself a Korean language certificate from the South Korean Ministry of Education. Interestingly, Yang Arif, our petitioner is also an active radio journalist. She's also an intern with BFM 89.9, which focuses on business news and current affairs. Whenever she participated in the production of stories involving the law, her legal interest only grew deeper. Hence, in December 2020, the petitioner commenced a pupillage in T. Tavalingam and Co. under the tutelage of Datuk Tavalingam C. Tavaraja. The petitioner now humbly seeks leave of this honourable court to express her utmost gratitude to those who have played a significant part in her journey to where she is today. To her parents, Fazrin Azwar bin Muhammad Noor and Rahaiza binti Muhammad Basir, for instilling in her integrity and tenacity, as well as for their unwavering support and love. She is forever indebted to them for not only providing her with the best education, but for always believing in her ability to pursue all the things she has her heart set on. She sincerely thanked them for being her anchor every step of the way. To her siblings, Ashraf Azwar and Rahima Azwar, who have been a constant source of light, inspiration, and joy even in her darkest days. To her pupillage master, Datuk Tavalingam C. Tavaraja, for his kind generosity in sharing his expertise and wisdom, and for providing her with opportunities to develop as a lawyer throughout her time as his pupil. To Sebastian T. Hanzin and David Tan Siang Kiat for their steadfast support and guidance as mentors, both professionally and personally. To Rebecca Sonali Alfred, Aida Yasmin Cherry Muhammad, Farahdini Zaini, and Yip Wei Jian for their camaraderie and patience in guiding her through the workings of legal practice. To Patricia and Raihan for their friendship and assistance throughout her pupillage. And to her dearest friends from each stage of her life who never fail to celebrate with her when she's at her highest, as well as provide strength and support when she's at her lowest. May I add, Yang Arif, her pupil master, Datuk Tavalingam, have this to say of the petitioner. She was an A-class outstanding pupil. Just to add to all her other accolades, in her 9 months of pupillage, the petitioner co-wrote an article with Datuk Tava for the Malaysian Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators, commonly known as Masa, in their corporate voice journal entitled Security of Tenure in Employment. The petitioner also completed a chapter of a new textbook on employment law by Sweet and Maxwell entitled Law and Practice of Employment Law in Malaysia. I'm also proud, Yang Arif, to mention some of the highlights of the petitioner's pupillage, which include her contribution to the drafting of written submissions for the recent high-profile grab case in the High Court case of Loh Guat Ching against Menteri Disember, Manusia and others. The petitioner also personally assisted lead counsel in multiple hearings in the industrial court in the massive network failure at KLIA in 2019 case Maznida Binti Muhammad against Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad, and also Khairul Saleh bin Ajuhari against Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad. Yang Arif, without doubt, I believe the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General Chambers, Bar Council and Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objections to this motion. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya pohon mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk Pempetisyen Raihana Azwa binti Fazrin Azwa diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaysia.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada apa-apa bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur Bar tiada apa-apa bantahan.
Impressive resume indeed, Raihana Azwa. Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Raihana Azwa binti Fazrin Azwa sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Raihana Azwa binti Fazrin Azwa dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dengan rendah diri, saya memohon bahawa pempetisyen diberi kebenaran untuk menjumpakan dirinya sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih.
Congratulations and thank you, Puan Faradiba.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. My proud moment too.
Pempetisyen ke-6 WA-18-1815-12/2020 Nikki Lim Hui Min.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Nikki Lim Hui Min, pempetisyen ke-6.
Yes.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Lee Kong Long, seorang peguam pengusul bagi pihak petisyen Nikki Lim Hui Min, serta rakan-rakan saya yang bijaksana yang mewakili badan-badan berkenaan yang telah pun diperkenalkan terlebih dahulu hari ini. Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran untuk berhujah dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Arif. If it pleases my lady, may I introduce the petitioner, Miss Nikki Lim Hui Min. The petitioner was born in 4th August 1995 at the southern tip of Malaysia, Johor Bahru, and is the only child to Mr. Lim Swee Ling and Madam Wong Kam Tim. The petitioner studied in SJKC Fun Yu 2 and continued her secondary education as SMK Sultanah Engku Tun Aminah. Upon completing her secondary education, the petitioner left her hometown and departed to Kuala Lumpur, where she completed her foundation in Inti International College. Since young, the petitioner has always believed that the petitioner has a natural inclination to stand up for people's rights, hence decides to pursue a career that may assist people with no means to fight for their rights they deserve. The petitioner went on to complete her first 2 years of bachelor law degree at Brickfields Asia College, and thereafter embarks a journey to Aberystwyth University in the United Kingdom to complete the final year of the bachelor law degree. Following that, the petitioner continued the Bar Professional Training course, BPTC, at BPP Leeds, United Kingdom. While waiting for her BPTC results, and without wasting any of her time and ever so eager to enter into legal fraternity, the petitioner worked as a paralegal at Messrs. YC Pang, Chong and Gordon, where she was introduced to a master, my learned friend, Miss Yong Chen Yi. During her time at Messrs. YC Pang, Chong and Gordon, the petitioner was deeply inspired by my learned friend, Miss Yong Chen Yi's way of practice. And upon passing the BPTC assessment, the petitioner wasted no time and humbly sought for my learned friend, Miss Yong Chen Yi's permission to take the petitioner under her tutelage. The petitioner is grateful that my learned friend, Miss Yong Chen Yi, has agreed to take the petitioner under her tutelage and is forever grateful for her willingness to teach whenever the petitioner seeks for opinion and how she shared her knowledge and experiences with the petitioner. My lady, the petitioner humbly seeks the leave of this honorable court to express her appreciation and gratitude towards the following person. First and foremost, to the petitioner's parents, the Lim family, for their utmost support, encouragement, and everything she requires in life. And moving on to the Wong family, for their unwavering support, sacrifices, and love, without which the petitioner would not be able to be where she is today. To the petitioner's partner, Mr. Wong, for always being there, even when the petitioner was sailing through challenges and battles in life. To the partners of Messrs. YC Pang, Chong and Gordon, her pupil master, Ms. Yong Chen Yi, and all the colleagues in Messrs. YC Pang, Chong and Gordon, as well as Messrs. Tang and Hong, for their guidance and assistance throughout the privilege. To her friends, including but not limited to Miss Dawn, Miss Crystal, Miss June, Miss Cheryl, the BMP gang, Mr. Chua, Miss Jasmine, Miss Cheryl, the Aber gang, Mr. and Mrs. Liu, who have been accompanied and supported the petitioner through different stages of life. Being the only child of the family, the petitioner wished to thank her friends for being the chosen family. Ya Arif, saya percaya bahawa semua surat cara Pempetisyen adalah sempurna dan teratur. Saya juga sesungguhnya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang pelakon menurut Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976 dan bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili badan-badan berkenaan tidak mempunyai sebarang bantahan. Oleh yang demikian, saya dengan rendah diri memohon satu perintah agar Pempetisyen Nikki Lim Hui Min dapat diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Ya, Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan ya, Arif?
Dengan izin Yang Arif, tiada bantahan daripada Majlis Peguam Malaysia.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, tiada bantahan daripada Jawatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur Bar.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Nikki Lim Hui Min sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Nikki Lim Hui Min dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih, Arif. Dengan izin Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk membenarkan Pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Dipersilakan. Congratulations and thank you, Mr. Lee.
Obliged, my lady.
Pempetisyen ke-7 WA-18-1869-12/2020 Muhammad Zarif Akmal bin Khairuddin.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Zarif Akmal bin Khairuddin, Pempetisyen ke-7.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya M. Reza Hassan bagi pihak Pempetisyen dan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya dari badan-badan telah pun diperkenalkan sebentar tadi. Ya Arif, izinkan saya untuk berbahasa Inggeris, Ya Arif.
Dipersilakan, Datuk.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif. Ya Arif, may I introduce the petitioner, Encik Muhammad Zarif Akmal. The petitioner was born in Kuala Lumpur and is the first and only son of Mr. Khairuddin Yahya and Madam Wan Nur Zakirah binti Wan Mahmud. Now, can I just interject at this juncture, Yang Arif? I would like to say that Mr. Khairuddin here is a very close friend of mine who I've known for about more than 30 years. Now, if his son is anything like Mr. Khairuddin, I pray to God that's not so, Yang Arif. Jokes aside, Yang Arif. Yang Arif, his father, Mr. Khairuddin, Yang Arif, is an in-house counsel for an international company, and his mother is currently a domestic engineer. That's the first time I've heard of this term, Yang Arif. With 5 minions reporting directly under her. Today, both his parents and family members are in attendance via Zoom. Now, a little bit about the petitioner, Yang Arif. Yang Arif, the petitioner completed his primary and secondary education at SK and SMK Seafield, Subang Jaya. In school, the petitioner was an active student. He was the president of Pembimbing Rakan Sebaya, PRS. Now, during his tenure helming this top post of PRS, together with his friends and dedicated teachers, what they did was they turned the society into a society that's very active in promoting charitable activities like, for instance, donation drives for underprivileged students. Now, the efforts of this society, of this team rather, was then recognized when the society won multiple awards, including the most prestigious award for a society in the school being the most active society award for 2 years running. Now, not only that, Yang Arif, what happened was the achievements were noticed, and what happened was he won, Encik Zarif won the Anugerah Pelajar Harapan Wawasan SMK and Anugerah Pelajar Cemerlang 9As for SPM. Now, to the petitioner, his school days were a big part of his life. He had a turning point from being a notorious class truant. This one takes after the father. I can vouch for that, Yarif. Especially during math classes, and a class clown. Class clown tu saya lah, Yarif. To a motivated student who sees value in education experience. The petitioner would like to thank his teachers and friends, especially Encik Jafni, Puan Eng, Wan Abdul Rahman, Adam Smith, Raimi, Shafinas, Farah Elina, and Joy Lim, who have made school days worth reminiscing even up to this day. The petitioner then completed secondary school and scored straight A's for his SPM. The petitioner then decided to further his studies locally with the University of Malaya. Now, at the University of Malaya, what happened was the petitioner continued his active participation in societies and colleges, and he was selected to represent to Tokyo, Japan in 2017, and was later given the honor to lead the delegation to Sangshin, South Korea as the director in 2018. The petitioner was also involved in multiple inbound student exchange programs, where he had hosted students from Indonesia, UK, Australia, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, and China under various capacities, including the head of Academics Bureau and director of International Student Conference. Now, this is the most interesting part, Yarif. Towards the end of his degree life, together with a few friends, he co-founded an environmental law club called Ecology. Now, this club has been very active, Yarif. To him and his friends, it was a step in the right direction especially in environmental advocacy and literacy amongst the students of UM and the public in general. The petitioner completed and obtained his Bachelor of Laws from University of Malaya with honours in 2020. Thereafter, the petitioner commenced his pupillage at Masa Zaid Ibrahim under the tutelage of Mr. Muhammad Sofyan bin Ahmad Tabrani. The petitioner would also like to thank his pupil master, Mr. Sofyan, for his trust and exposure throughout his pupillage period, especially for including him in high-level meetings, negotiations, and events, which allowed him to see the great art of persuasion and negotiation skills in action. Yarif, the petition describes his pupillage at ZICO as an eye-opening experience as he enjoyed venturing into vast areas of law that are offered at ZICO. Right. The petitioner also wished to put in record that his pupillage at ZICO would not be the same without his pupillage mates, especially Vivian, Natalie Chan, Sahira, semua perempuan, Arif, Roland, Nurul, and Ame. Ada lelaki. Where the friendship transcends working hours. The most valuable lesson that he would like to share during his 9 months of pupillage is to be proactive and adventurous, especially in areas beyond the comfort zone. On this memorable day, your petitioner would like to thank this opportunity to record his utmost appreciation and love to his parents, Mr. Khairuddin, and his mother, Wan Nur Zakira, who have been the most supportive, understanding, and his source of unwavering compassion and motivation. Special thanks to his 3 sisters, Atira, Zayana, whom the petitioner adores and enjoys annoying. To his Makto, who has the best love language, which is food. The petitioner misses her cooking, thanks her for his praise and love. To his uncles and aunties, especially Datuk, Wan Fusil, Wan Mahmud, Wan Sofia, and Wan Salihah, who have shown him kindness and support throughout all these years. To Farah Dini, whom the petitioner shares passion and compassion with. He wishes to express his gratification for all the support she has given to him. And the petitioner would also like to express his appreciation to his law school friends, especially Muhaimin, Corina, Faik, Iqbal, Chas, Amirul, Hazik, who have gone through thick and thin with the petitioner in the 4 years of law school. Yarif, I believe I've not left anyone out. I believe, Arif, that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honourable court. I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order, and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee, respectively, have no objections to this motion. I humbly move this honourable court to admit and enroll the petitioner, Muhammad Zarif Akmal bin Harbin, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Ya, apakah negara Malaysia tiada bantahan, ya, Arif?
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada apa-apa bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, pihak Jawatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur Bar tiada apa bantahan.
Yes. Impressive resume, Muhammad Zarif Akmal. Oleh yang demikian, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima dan membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Muhammad Zarif Akmal bin Khairuddin sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, dan juga memerintahkan nama Muhammad Zarif Akmal bin Khairuddin dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Dengan izin, Arif, may I seek leave from this honourable court for the petitioner to robe himself, Arif?
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Congratulations. Yes, congratulations, Muhammad Zarif, and thank you, Datuk, for your very enthusiastic speech. Yes, it lit up your spirit, isn't it? Yes, yes.
Okay, Arif.
Dengan ini, saya menjemput Yari Hakim untuk memberikan ucapan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Puan Adiba Iman Mat Hassan, Peguam Persekutuan. Wakil yang berhormat Peguam Negara Malaysia. Puan Cik Syamsinar binti Datuk Muhammad Noor, Wakil Majlis Peguam Malaysia. Encik Nimalan, anak lelaki Devaraja, Wakil Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor. Para peguam pengusul yang bijaksana, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Let me begin by expressing my sincerest thanks to all the movers and the representatives from the AGC, the Bar Council and the Bar Committee for making the time to be with us here today. This proceeding via online is an initiative by the Malaysian judiciary to ensure that the petitioners are able to continue their careers in the legal fraternity. This is the new norm that has been adopted and adapted by all parties in facing the COVID-19 pandemic. As far as this court is concerned, today is the last session of the long call for the year 2021. As much as I am relieved, I must say these long call proceedings have always lifted my spirit to see the faces of the young and promising new lawyers and to hear their impressive resume. The future is indeed bright for this legal profession, inshallah. And I am proud to be able to discharge the responsibility in admitting them as advocates and solicitors. Ladies and gentlemen, the new advocates and solicitors of the High Court of Malaya. I believe today is an important and auspicious occasion for all of you who have been called to the Malaysian Bar. Let me be among the first to congratulate you on your success. You have passed all your examinations and you have survived the 9 months of chambering. And you are now about to take the first step in your professional career. Especially Miss Cara Prakashini, I congratulate you for surviving 9 months with yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Gopal Sri Ram. Talk about the sleepless night. Oh gosh, I remember those days. Yes. So being called to the bar, ladies and gentlemen, is the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and commitment on your part, and not forgetting the sacrifice of your parents in supporting you emotionally and financially over the years. Please do not forget your parents' sacrifices. I can imagine the pride in your parents and your loved ones' faces this morning. And I must say, they are justified as they own the pride, as they, especially your parents, have sacrificed a lot to see where you are today. Congratulations to the parents of the petitioners. Hari ini juga adalah hari yang membuktikan kejayaan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Remember this, petitioners. The first rule to be successful is that you must always be grateful and kind to your parents. Ladies and gentlemen, you have entered into a noble and respected profession. Since the beginning of civilized nation until today, this profession has been given great trust in their roles and responsibilities in implementing and upholding justice. Bear in mind and remember always that the ability to practice as an advocate and solicitor is not a right, but a privilege afforded by the legislation, i.e., the Legal Profession Act. The law permits all aspects of a citizen's life. A citizen lives in and by the law. It serves both as a sword and a shield. The law ensures that our right to life, to earn a living, to equality before the law, to punish crime, the right to vote and to decide who our government will be, to cite a few examples, are safeguarded. It serves as the foundation for the provision and delivery of justice. The judiciary and the individual judges are not the entire repository of justice. Lawyers, as guardians of the law, play a vital role in the preservation of society. The fulfillment of this role requires an understanding by lawyers of their relationship with and function in our legal system. They are first and foremost officers of the court. This is a role of paramount importance within the justice system because they assist the court to arrive at a just decision. It is the lawyer who sets out the factual basis for a dispute, the complaint of his client, who conducts the trial in accordance with the principles of natural justice, and significantly provides guidance to the court in relation to the law. In undertaking these duties, a lawyer's primary and overriding duty is owed to the court. It is therefore of fundamental importance for lawyers to comprehend and accept that while they are agents for their clients who pay them for the work they undertake, their cardinal duty is to ensure that their presentation of their client's case and the law is honest, relevant, and of sufficient competence to assist a court. In short, lawyers are constrained to maintain the highest standards of ethical conduct. If they fail to abide by these fundamental duties, there is a direct and immediate consequence, namely that the administration of justice is undermined. Remember, if we desire respect for the law, we must first make the law respectable. Ladies and gentlemen, with this first step today, you are embarking on a long professional journey. There will be many roadblocks and obstacles along the way, but you must never lose sight of your destination. Life is about accepting the challenges along the way, choosing to keep moving forward, and savoring the journey. Let me remind you the simple virtues a lawyer must have: patience, integrity, honesty, humility. As you embark on this pursuit, I extend to you, on behalf of the entire bench and everyone in this virtual courtroom, our heartfelt congratulations and best wishes. I'm confident that you will strive to achieve excellence in the performance of your obligations and duties at the bar. I'm also confident that you will respect each other at the bar. I congratulate you once again. Wear those robes you have just put on with pride and dignity. Welcome to the arena, and hope to see you conduct your case in court as a learned counsel one day. For your kind attendance and attention, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. Have a pleasant day ahead. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and selamat sejahtera.